say the hardest part about filming a video is finding an angle where you don't have 7 chins. Like, is this for real? Hey guys, my name is 1124. If you don't know me, I am a poet, a writer, a blogger, the founder of Tribe of Poets, which is an Instagram poetry community. And I recently launched the Don't Call Me Crazy project, which is a mental health awareness campaign. So you can find me. I will drop all the links below so you guys can find me if you want to connect. Majority of you probably already know me, but if you're new, nice to meet you. So making videos is definitely not my comfort zone. I'm not really a big talker when it comes to personal matters, not on like a platform as big as this. I've been kind of avoiding this moment like the plague, but I knew I wanted to make a video because I knew it would be more of a personal thing than if you guys just read it. So that's why you're seeing me and not reading me, but it's been difficult. This whole process has been rather difficult, so I guess it's only right that I'm gonna do a video to make it even more difficult. But it's worth it. You guys deserve it, and it's just where we're at in the crossroads, you know? So recently I started doing a lot of self-exploration as far as, you know, what my everyday life is like, what I really want to see myself do in the future, where I want to go, where I want to be. I was at a point where I was just completely frustrated with the everyday monotony of my life, and it was putting me in this creative slump. And you know, once you figure out your purpose in life, and once you finally understand and accept that you were put on this earth for a bigger reason than to just exist, you start to look at the everyday different. You start to look at things like completely like you have a brand new life. You have a whole new outlook. And I got to a point where every day that I wasn't able to fulfill my purpose, I was so frustrated. I was irritable. I was angry. I felt like I was wasting my own time, which is one of my biggest pet peeves in life. But I just felt like now I know my purpose and I'm not doing anything to fulfill it because I'm so stuck in the monotony and the schedule of the life that I've created. Now, mind you, it took me 30 years to find my purpose. And you know, there were signs all along the way, but I was 30 when I kind of really settled into it and accepted it and realized that, you know, all right, so I'm really here to do something. Recently, since I was in such a creative slump, I started to ask myself some really hard questions. And part of asking yourself these questions is listening to harder answers. I don't know what was worse in the process, whether it was asking myself the questions or allowing myself to speak my truth and listen to them. You know, you are your own worst enemy, and I'm good at that. I'm good at talking myself out of things that I want to do because I'm scared or because I'm unsure. So I realized that I was in my way a lot. And the hardest question I asked myself was why? Why are you doing this? Why are you investing your time in this? Is it something you care about? Is it something that's going to fulfill your purpose? Is it something that's going to take you where you want to go in your future? And so I started asking myself that question in little aspects of my life. And then as time progressed and I started really getting comfortable answering the question and really listening, it started to progress into bigger and bigger things. And I started to apply it to more and more things in my life. And in doing so, I stumbled across Tribe of Poets. And if you've been following Tribe since the beginning, which started back in May of 2017, the goal was to really inspire writers and to really give a place for people to come and write and really explore their passion and network, be able to be around people that were doing the same. So we really wanted to create a family. And then slowly the platform started to change and the algorithm started to change, and you know, people weren't really doing slams like they used to do. People weren't doing challenges like they used to do. So I think some of it is just evolution. I think there have been a lot of bumps that way that weren't in my control at all, and I just kind of had to roll with it because of, you know, being at the mercy of Instagram. But it still was a lot of work. It still took a lot of my time to, you know, host the slams, create the graphics, be engaging, respond, pick mentions, post all weekend. It really took a lot of my spare time. And I work a full-time job. You know, I do have a full-blown life outside of social media. And so, you know, my whole life was dedicated to working. And while I was fulfilling a part of my passion, as I've progressed and as I've gotten older and as I've gotten to a different place in my life, I feel like that passion is kind of not there anymore. And when I started to ask myself why am I doing Tribe, I didn't really have an answer to give myself. And so that's why I'm here. I have made the decision to close the Tribe of Poets page. I know it's gonna make some people super upset, and I am so sorry for that. There have been such loyal followers to the page and people who have engaged in every slam and participated in every contest and have been so supportive, and I've made friendships with these people. And my biggest issue with this whole thing is I just don't want to let you down. I just don't want to disappoint you. But I feel like if I can't give Tribe my 100%, then that's wrong of me to continue doing something. You all deserve 100%. You guys deserve that energy. You deserve that commitment. You deserve that time. And I just don't have it to give anymore. And I try not to beat myself up about that. I try to put things back into perspective, whereas I know that when Tribe first started, it was 3 people's dream, and then it was 2 people's dream, and then, you know, for a while it was mine, and then, you know, I just started to have other dreams, and my other dreams were outshadowing Tribe's. And I just don't want to disappoint people. That's where I kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't be doing it. But I also know that I can't do things just because other people want me to. And I think I've done that a lot in my life, where I've just stuck things out for other people, or I've even stuck things out just to prove to myself that I can do it. And, you know, a lot of, when I reflect back on Tribe, you know, after the algorithm changed and after the engagement started to drop and the following wasn't growing as great as it was before, you know, I think it was my pride that kicked in and was like, well, you've worked so hard, you've got this far, you can't just quit. Like, if you quit now, you would be a quitter. And so I started talking to myself like that, and I think that's why I didn't do this 6 months ago, because my pride was talking. But it's kind of like I just prolonged the inevitable. And it sucks, but it's still bittersweet for me. It's definitely bittersweet. And I know that in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing what's right for me. And I have to be okay with that. I have to be able to do that in my personal worlds, in my professional worlds, in my future, wherever that may be. It's what I have to do. I just don't want to be scared of myself anymore. I don't want to live someone else's dream anymore because I was scared of my own. I don't want to waste any more time doing what I wasn't placed on this earth to do. And I want to put myself in situations that are uncomfortable, because then I know that I'm gonna make it out. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it out, and I'm gonna teach myself how to do these things, and I'm gonna force myself to do these things. And I would rather be scared in a situation because it's new and unfamiliar than be scared of myself and be so scared of myself that I don't ever live, or I end up living somebody else's dream. I wrote this poem once where I wrote, listening to other people's opinions on your dreams will either leave you with no dreams or their dreams. And it's so true. It's so true. So if I would have to give advice to anyone who is in that place in their life where they don't really know what the next move is for them, my advice would be to live your dream. Figure out what it is and make steps every day to fulfill it, because your dreams do matter. They are reachable, and you are in complete control of that. So if you want to see them through, you are more than able to see them through. You have to trust yourself and believe in yourself and know that you can do it. And once you know that you can do it, girl or guy, there's no stopping you. That is what life's about. There's so much beauty in that, and the only way you get there is if you trust yourself. You don't need to be scared. I don't have a time limit. I don't have a day in which I'm shutting things down. I wanted to get this video made and edited and posted on the page so everyone could see it. As you guys can probably tell by now, I haven't been active since Don't Call Me Crazy has wrapped. So this is why. I don't really know. Well, I do know my personal endeavors and what's happening in the next couple months. I have a lot of changes going on in my personal life coming up, and that are going to really need my physical and mental attention more than Instagram is going to need it. So, and it's nothing bad. It's nothing like crazy. It's nothing insane. It's just, there's some changes coming up, and 28-year-old me would have been mortified at this moment, and I'd have been scared to death and would have been like, oh my God, like all these changes, everything's happening so quick. But 31-year-old me and confident me and the me that trusts herself is so excited for these next months, is so excited for what my future holds. And I will be sharing it with everybody on my own page. I will be still active on my 11 page. I will still be around. It's just I want to be able to focus and give myself 100%, which I don't think I've done in a long time. So that's the sweet part of the bittersweet. I'm very excited to pursue the things that I've always wanted to pursue. I want to thank Hannah, who has been my engagement curator these last couple months. She signed on and has been amazing since the day she started. Hannah, you've made my life so much easier, and you've been so great to work with, and I've been able to count on you so much. Thank you for believing in Tribe. Thank you for investing so much of your own time and energy into it. I appreciate you beyond words. I know that you're a little disappointed that this is happening, but I know that you understand, and I hope that you understand, and just know that I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for the months and the time that we got to work together, and thank you so much for what you did to Tribe and what you did for me. The bee's knees. Thank you, girl. And for everyone who supported me along the way, from family to friends to strangers on social media who have slowly become, my family. Thank you so much for, participating in the slams throughout the last year and engaging and being a part of the contest and, being so good to each other. I think that was the most beautiful part for me for Tribe, was that so many people met each other and networked with each other and found a place that they could collab with other writers that they would have never been able to meet otherwise. And that has been the greatest part of this whole thing, knowing that I was able to facilitate creative minds and people who were passionate about the same things, knowing I was able to facilitate that connection is a great feeling to have. Everything in life has an ending at some point, and you know, sometimes it's sooner, sometimes it's later than what we expect, but I choose to look at things in a positive way, and I choose to believe that Tribe was great for what it was when it was, and I don't feel like I'm walking away. I feel like I'm closing the book because I'm gonna open a new one, and it's gonna be just as good, if not better, than the last one. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. I wanted you guys to hear it from me. I wanted to make this more personal. So thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a triber. I love you guys.